Okay, what is clean eating? What it is not is a diet. What it is a lifestyle approach to eating clean, nutritious foods that we can identify in nature and that serve our bodies well. If we think about food as fuel instead of something that maybe tastes amazing every day, or food is such a huge part of our culture, but if we can really view food as the energy giving fuel that we're receiving, then it kind of changes that whole mindset about food in general. So basically the idea is to eat foods that are nutritious and great tasting and close to their natural state as possible. So if your food had a mother or grew on this earth, or you can identify most of the ingredients on the label, then it's most likely clean eating approved. Some general principles of clean eating is eat frequently. Most people are not getting in enough calories. If you think of your metabolism like a fire, you want to fuel your fire with small little pieces of kindling, firewood, newspaper throughout your day. And that's what's going to keep your fire burning strong all day long. If you were to just put on 2 big logs in the morning and then let your fire go all day long without refueling it, it would definitely burn out by mid-afternoon, definitely by the evening. So think of your metabolism like that, so you're always constantly fueling that fire with whole nutritious foods that serve you for fuel. You want to eat frequently throughout the day, so every 2.5 to 3 hours and approximately 200 to 500 calories per meal. You don't have to calorie count. You can just eyeball it. I do recommend measuring your food, but there's no need to actually get specific and count calories as long as your food is coming from nutritious sources and you're getting a good balance of protein, fat, carbohydrates, and vegetables throughout your day. You're good to go. So on that note, be sure to prepare your meals with a mixture of complex carbohydrates: oatmeal, sweet potatoes, brown rice, whole grain bread, whole wheat pasta, those kind of things. Also lean proteins: chicken, egg whites, turkey, fish, flank steak. Vegetarian options or vegan options are also available. Just get creative with it, find what works for you, and make sure to prepare ahead of time. Also healthy fats. So we're looking for omega-3s and omega-6s in our diets, and that would come from nuts or oils, salmon, steak, those kinds of things also are healthy fats, avocado. Just be sure to find a balance and really do measure those. That's an easy way, especially with a jar and a spoon and a jar of peanut butter, to kind of go overboard. They taste yummy, but be sure to watch your portion sizes on those. And then veggies can come throughout your day in abundance. Fruits, be wary of the glycemic index. So if they're high in sugar, for example, pineapple, watermelon, watch your portion control on those. Things like berries, apples, especially green apples, you can have more often, but definitely not too much throughout your day. Always be prepared. I think that's probably the number one important thing in clean eating, is set yourself up for success by doing your food preparation ahead of time. So I usually take a couple hours on Sunday and a couple hours on Wednesday and make sure that all of my clean food is prepped and ready to go for the next few days. So if I prep on Sunday, I'm set for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I prep Wednesday night for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that's just the routine that I'm in, but find what works for you. I find it really helpful to have my protein sources cooked and a few carbohydrate sources, and definitely most of my veggies cooked ahead of time. And that way when it's mealtime, it's easy. I just have to throw things together to make my meal. Ideally, however, you have everything already set in your meal. So if you have all your chicken cooked and all your broccoli cooked and all your sweet potatoes cooked, then you line up your Tupperware and you throw your chicken in, your broccoli in, your sweet potatoes in, and then you're ready, you're set to go. Whenever you leave the house, it's important to leave your house with your food and always prepare to be gone longer than you actually think you will. So if you're thinking you're gonna be gone for a couple hours, bring at least 2 meals. And that way you know you're set, because things always happen. We always get away from the house longer than we think we will. So just be prepared, especially when you leave. Definitely avoiding processed foods and sugars, white flours. And basically the reasoning behind this is what happens is it spikes your insulin, and then you experience that crash And that's what your sugar cycle is too. So you introduce sugar, your body, it's an addictive substance. Your body gets used to it, expects it. When it doesn't get it, it crashes. So you think, oh, I need to have more sugar. You give it again. So it's one of those roller coaster effects. So we're cutting out cookies and chips and crackers and juice and soda and ice cream. Most things are considered junk food. Okay, let's talk a little bit about portion control, portion sizes. This is one of the most beneficial things you can have in your kitchen, and that's a food scale. Understanding the proper portion sizes for your specific body type and for your goals is very empowering, because when you know how much you need to fuel your exercise and your daily activity, and your food is prepped and it's measured out correctly, then you're setting yourself up for success. Otherwise, it's a guessing game. You're not really sure how much you're getting, if you're getting enough, if you're getting too much. So I recommend measuring out your carbohydrate sources and your protein sources throughout the day. Vegetables are in abundance, so you don't have to measure those, but definitely your protein, your fat, and your carbohydrates. For most women, 4 ounces of protein at most meals throughout your day. And then 4 ounces or a half a cup of carbohydrates at the first few meals of your day. That's kind of a good guideline. And then for fats, we're going for between 1 and 2 ounces of fats, or if you're using a tablespoon, that's up to 4 tablespoons, and that can come interspersed throughout your day. It doesn't really matter when. Food timing is important as well. First thing when you wake up, you eat a meal. 2.5 to 3 hours later, you eat your next meal. You can call it a meal or think of it as a snack, but it is a combination of a protein, fat, and carbohydrate. It's okay to eat last thing right before bed. Your body is always metabolizing. So I'm not recommending eating a big meal right before bed, but if you have a scoop of protein powder, or if you have some berries or some yogurt, something right before bed, something small to give your body something to work on through the night, especially if you're waking up the next morning for a workout, that's the best way to set yourself up for success there. Alternatively, a lot of people say, oh, I did great, I didn't eat after 6 p.m. If you didn't eat after 6 p.m. and you went all the way till 7 or 8 o'clock the next morning without food, that's way too long of a stretch for your body to go without energy, without fuel. Definitely the reason we don't want to go long stretches without eating is because it sets your body into that starvation mode. So your body holds on to all the calories that it's taking in instead of efficiently burning them and using them to give you energy throughout your day. It will hold on to them and not use them. And that's where you add on those pounds and the stored energy, the stored extra body fat, is because you're not using it properly and efficiently. One great tool to use is MyFitnessPal, or another online tracking system for your nutrition. It sounds like it's a pain. It also sounds like you're calorie counting again, but it's really not. It's easy. Once you've entered your foods in a few times, then you have just a log of your daily foods, and it's easy to just go click, click, click. I have these 3 things for breakfast, and enter it. I recommend entering all of your food that you plan to eat at the beginning of the day, and this just allows for planning and for timing. Also, if you're thinking of your food as a budget, if you have a budget for the day, we're trying to find on your pie chart on MyFitnessPal, and if you don't know what I mean, I'll send you the link. You're trying to balance your protein, your fat, and your carbohydrates throughout the day. So if you look at your pie chart and your fats are this much, carbohydrates are this much, and protein is this much, then you probably have too many carbs in your day. You need to balance that out. Maybe eliminate some carbs, add some lean protein and some healthy fats in there. Okay, so here's what a typical day might look like in a clean eating regimen. And this is not for the detox, this is yogurt, but a plain Greek yogurt layered with whole rolled oats and topped with berries. And this will stay in the fridge for up to a few days. So it's a great way to make your breakfast ahead of time. So that would be meal 1. Meal 2, protein pancakes. This is just egg whites, oatmeal, and some cinnamon cooked in a little bit of coconut oil. Meal 3, or lunch, just some grilled chicken, asparagus, and sweet potato. And then meal 4, so here's snack time. I put in a few choices here: an apple and a rice cake and peanut butter, or your protein powder and an apple. Or if you're in a pinch, Lara bars are great because you can identify all the ingredients on the labels, just fruits and nuts. Typically I'll have dinner with the family, so it would not be a pre-prepared meal, but just in the case that I needed something, this is just arugula salad with chicken, some salsa, and Brussels sprouts. And then for that last meal and dessert at the end of the day, I have walnuts and my chocolate protein pudding. Of course, you're drinking water throughout your day. Always be prepared, drinking from your gallon or having several water bottles filled up to pull out of the fridge to grab and go. Okay, hope these clean eating tips helped you to get started on your way to a new, clean, healthy lifestyle. And I look forward to helping you be your best.